Hey guys, welcome to Dora's Daily. Today I will be talking about what is passport bros. So it's a growing number of men that are ditching America to find love overseas. Basically, they don't want to be here anymore and have relationships with American women. Relationship expert says that some men feel excessive feminism and lack of loyalty are hindering their chances of finding a partner here in America. So we have a large amount of men leaving to other countries to basically find, their wives or, love. Anyways, let's dive into this article. And what we have here is it says a growing subset of men in the United States are turning away from American women and choosing to search for love abroad. The viral movement, coined as passport bros on TikTok, refers to men seeking foreign women who they believe come from more conservative backgrounds and therefore place more emphasis on family and loyalty. In many cases, these passport bros claim to seek out non Western women out of frustration or wanting something new. They often blame feminism and impossible standard by US women as the reason for them seeking out relationships overseas. Dating coach Eddie Hernandez said. Relationship expert coaches and other experts who speak with Fox News Digital said the term has gotten significantly more traction thanks to COVID-19 pandemic and abundant work from home culture. Okay, well, I know there's a lot of people out there that are, well, women that I speak to that are not familiar with this, and that's why I decided to do this article. Um, as we can see, a lot of men are actually seeking out of the United States for love. And to be honest with you, my intake on this, I agree with them. There has been a lot of feminism going on, and you really cannot find a good, honest, a woman that's honest, that has cultural background, and that is submissive. Um, Being a Hispanic woman and having a different culture, raised in a different culture, and I used to live in Mexico. Basically, I see the difference, and there is a big difference in Americanized women to women overseas or women in other countries. I don't blame these men for wanting to leave this country to find love or find a wife because a lot of these Americanized women um, don't take um, submissiveness as a good thing. They see it as a negative. And being submissive doesn't only mean, oh, you're going to, bow down to your husband or your significant other. It means, that you cherish the person and you're going to be submissive to doing things for them, giving them that love. A lot of people have mistaken love for the whole Disney, social media type of love. Now, as a child, we were brought up, oh, the princesses and all that love, stuff that doesn't exist. People don't understand that what real love is, what is literally in scripture. And if you don't know about scripture, you should dive in and figure out what love is. Anyways, going back to the subject, I don't blame these men for wanting to leave the United States to find love. A lot of white men have been doing this for many years. I remember I used to live in Mexico, and there would be a large amount of American men that would go live out there. And to be honest with you, there was a few that actually I met with one of my friends, and they would put businesses up and make their lives, and they would seek out these Mexican women because they love the culture. They also love the women. So for our brothers starting to do that now, it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we didn't have a problem when it was the white men doing it. Why all of a sudden do we have a problem if it's somebody else? If it's a brother, if it's a Hispanic man that was raised in the United States and it's a high valued man, why not? He can do whatever he wants. And now we're actually condemning them because they want to find love somewhere else when they cannot find it here, because we don't know how to be submissive as women. We don't know how to cherish love. We don't know how to cherish them. To be honest with you, I was raised with my father and my mother. And with that said, my mother would always be submissive to my father. She would make him his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And she would tend to his needs. She would cut his hair. She would massage him. She would do everything she was possible to keep her husband happy. And vice versa. He would do the same thing for my mother. My mom would wake up in the middle of the night in pain and a cramp or whatever. He would wake up, massage her leg or whatever it was. If she needed care at night to be taken somewhere or to the hospital or whatever, or she was hungry, he would be right there. So with me seeing that, not a lot of women these days do that further, man. I personally have noticed that women will let their husbands go to work without any breakfast, without any lunch, not even a cup of coffee. I honestly think that's really, really sad. And then we get mad because they have a work wife, and then we start questioning, why are you always with your friends? Why are you doing this? Well, because we're always nagging at them. We're always down their throats. You know, sometimes we have to understand, as much as we want to take our alone time, they do as well. But I'm not going to be talking about that. Let's go back to the passport bro situation. For a lot of those women that are angry and upset because they're leaving, high value men are leaving. Well, guess what? We pushed them away. Like it or not, that's the truth. Now these days, they cannot find a good submissive wife because of what we have instilled in our heads. We have the whole feminism, the whole we can do what men do. I'm sorry, ladies. No, we can't. We can do some of it, not all of it. I bet you cannot build a house on your own. I bet you can't live concrete on your own. You can't do cement on your own. You're going to have a man help you some shape, way, or form. And that's just my input. That's what I'm thinking and what my thoughts are on this. But let's go back to the article. Relationship expert, coach, and other experts who speak with Fox News Digital said that term has gotten significantly more traction thanks to COVID-19 pandemic and the abundant work from home culture. As of 2023, 12.7% of full-time employees work from home, while 28.2% of employees have adapted to a hybrid work model. These numbers are significantly higher for the tech field, with 85% of tech workers either full remote or in hybrid role. 48% are fully remote. According to Upwork, an estimate of 32.6 million Americans will work remotely, which comprises approximately 22% of workforce. After people were forced to work remotely, many companies realized that people's work was just as good or even better when they were out of the office. Some people also may be experiencing wanderlust due to being cooped up in their homes for so long, which may make the thoughts of romance abroad extra exciting. Suzanne Weiss, as a relationship coach and AA certified sex educator, said, however, experts suggest that many other factors can contribute to remote workers, particularly men turning outside their own country in search of romantic relationships. Dr. James Ram, an educational expert and research analyst, conceptual foundations of biology, said that many of reasons behind the trend are very varied. Still, many of these individuals believe that Western women have adopted attitudes and behaviors that don't align with their values and preference. And that goes back to what I was saying. A lot of women these days feel, oh, we don't need a man. Well, guess what, sister? Guess what? We do need a man. And that day will come that you guys will realize that we do need a man. And I was raised with my father. My mother couldn't do it on her own. Now that she's on her own, she still can't do it on her own. Unfortunately, my dad passed away and her life has fallen apart. And I'm just speaking from my personal experience. Um, you know, if you never were raised with a father and a mother together, you may not understand how important it is to have a man in your life. And hey, you know what? I'm sorry that may have happened to you and that you experienced bad relationships with men, but just know that being a submissive woman is not a bad thing. Being submissive doesn't mean being stupid. Sorry to say that and excuse my language, but that's true. Submissive can be a good thing when you have a good partner. So, anyways, let's go back to the article. Many passport bros express a sense of disconnection from the dating culture in their home country, which they perceive as being influenced by elements they find unappealing, such as excessive feminism, materialism, and perceived lack of commitment and loyalty in relationships, they say. Experts found that some men have shifted their romantic aspirations towards various international regions, particularly South Asia, Eastern Europe, and Latin America, hoping to find someone with more conservative or traditional values. Okay, so let's touch on that. I'm going to be honest, ladies. We have lost, and from being raised here in California in the United States, I was born in Mexico, raised here in California all my life. And when I went to Mexico, I saw the difference. We are very materialistic here in the United States, and we do lack commitment and loyalty in relationships. How is that? Well, when I lived in Mexico, a lot of the women out there are very humble and they are happy with whatever they have. I've seen a lot of families live in little shacks with even living in little carton homes. I'm not saying we have to. If we have that other funds available to get a nice house, whatever, okay, I understand that. But I'm just saying that we are very materialistic. We have to have that nice shirt. We have to have those nice shoes. And hey, I understand that. I've been there, done that. I had to have the nice outfit. I had to have the nice shoes. But to be honest with you, I've gone without. And going without is a good thing sometimes. We have to learn to be humble. And if a man cannot provide a lavish life for you, then you have to understand that. If your husband provided the lavish life for you, and then all of a sudden he loses his job, and now you're angry at him because he doesn't have those funds, no, you lift him up, you help him by encouraging him, helping him with his application, doing whatever you can to encourage and motivate your partner to go out there and find that job again. Or you get up and do it yourself. Find a job until he finds a job and then go from there. I mean, now these days, we don't want to help our partner. And I see why these men want to leave. I'm not only talking about, money. I'm also talking about lack of commitment to them. These women in other countries are very committed. I know that because I've seen it with my eyes. They wake up at 5, 4 in the morning. And some of these women here in the United States still do. In my culture, I seen it. They wake up at 4 in the morning to make their breakfast for their husband, to make their lunch. So by the time their partner leaves at 6 in the morning, they're all with their lunch and their breakfast. So ladies, if you want to keep your man and you want to keep him happy, you got to feed the man. Anyways, these cultures are different from the United States. I've seen women here in the United States, like I said before, let their mans go to work with no breakfast, no lunch, nothing. And they expect their mans to get home and we have no dinner. The house is dirty. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. They don't get that in other countries. Not at all. They get home. They're going to be greeted with a kiss and a smile and a plate of dinner ready for them at the table to eat. Why are we angry that these men are seeking elsewhere? That's our fault. And if you're angry that these men are going out to another country, be angry at yourself. Look at yourself. Why are they leaving? Because we don't know how to be submissive. We don't know how to actually be committed to these men and be loyal in our relationships. But anyways, let me go back to the article. Furthermore, these men also believe that Eastern Europe is regarded as a place where women embrace traditional gender roles. At the same time, Latin Americans is seen as a place with warm passion and family values and prevalent according to Abraham. Paula Pardell, or blooming matchmaking, added that these men often value women who are happy to be homemakers and mothers and take care of their needs, while the man is a sole supporter. There you go, ladies. I wasn't playing. So, like I said, if a man's coming home to a dirty home with no food and you're on Instagram taking cute little pictures, no man is going to want that. No man is going to want that. You can be beautiful. You can be all that. You can have an amazing body. But if your attitude stinks and you are not providing for the man any food and your house is a pigsty, he's not going to want you. That's the bottom line. So let's continue. This sort of arrangement can be beneficial to both parties as long as both know what they are getting into. Open and honest communication is very important about needs and wants in a relationship, she added. But more standard motivations for dating overseas, shared by both men and women, have led more young males, remote workers, to consider romantic relationships outside of their area code. Since the pandemic broke out, an increase of 50% in connections and conversations have been witnessed across geographical borders, according to OkCupid. Daters were also engaged in 10% more interracial relationships, and there was 15% increase in those who said that they were dating different regions and cultures. In 2020, Tinder recorded 7 times increase in members' use of passport features, with 16% of all active members engaged with people overseas. Certified relationship experts, life coach, lifestyle blogger, and co-founder of Mood Fresher, Adita Kashapa Mishar, told Fox News Digital Time at the allure of adventure is a significant factor driving these trends among American men. For those with remote work arrangements, the freedom to work from anywhere in world presents an opportunity to explore new cultures, immerses themselves in different environments, and meet fascinating people. The desire for novel experiences and the thrill of embarking on a romantic journey in unfamiliar land can be irresistible, he said. Mishar said the cultural curiosity, language barriers, and sorry guys, I can't say this word, exorcism, can also play a substantial role in pursuing relationships overseas. The language barrier can be seen as enigmatic challenge rather than obstacle. Mersha added, American men may find the allure of learning a new language or communicating through a language barrier as an excitement and romantic endeavor. Relationship experts as Nomards found Tiffany McGee, who works and inspired by her journey as a digital nomad, said that yearning to date overseas stems from the psychological concept as a novelty-seeking behavior, where new experiences release dopamine in the brain. All right, guys. So I'm going to touch a little bit on that. That is true. A lot of men do like women, say, with some accent and that can yell at them in a different language. I know a few that like that and that excites them. So it's not their fault. They're, like it said, like it feeds, that gives them that dopamine. And again, ladies, I know I'm going to get it from you guys, but I'm sorry, it's the truth. Men get more excited when it's something different. And if we here in the United States as women can be a little bit more exciting, learn a new language. Talk to them in a different language. Maybe they'll like that. We can also take this as some tips on what we can do as women. You know, I'm just saying, you don't have to go out there and doll yourself up like like a Japanese woman or something. I'm just saying, if you're reading these articles and you're learning about what these men are, why they're leaving and what the excitement is, maybe you should take that in and, learn a new language, do something different. Additionally, relative deprivation also plays a role wherein men may compare their relationships option back home unfavorably to what they perceive to be available in other countries. There you go. I just touched on that. But criticism of movement have been plentiful, and experts have warned that could be a negative ramification for this modern trend. All right. So let me close on this, and this is a woman speaking. As a woman in the U.S., becoming more outspoken and embodied to and ask for what they want, some men feel that they prefer women in other countries who will be more unconditionally devoted to them, she said. Lastly, the movement actually began with black men, so it could have to do with the way black men already treated in the U.S., though it also seems that some of it is based on negative perceptions of U.S. black women. That is true. So, being that said, no man wants a loud woman, and I know that. And unfortunately, a lot of my sisters are loud, don't like to be submissive, have a problem being told what to do. And they naturally don't say it like you're out of authority, like you're going to do this, to basically put you down. And if they are, then you solely know why. But, you can take instructions from a man and not get offended. So that's a big problem in our community that we do have. And I'm saying as being raised here as a, American woman. We can't take our partners telling us what to do and how to do it. We get offended. We, right away want to speak out. We're not quiet to listen. And, we do have to kind of sit down and listen to what they're saying. I have that problem as well. I'm not, attacking everybody out there, all the sisters. And, I'm just saying as a personal Americanized woman, yes, we do have that problem. And I do see the difference in other cultures. Like I said, I've lived in Mexico and it was very different. I'm not saying to sit there and take abuse. That's not what it is about. And, if these black men want to go out there and look for another woman and go to Colombia, go to Brazil, wherever they may go, that's on them. We shouldn't be angry. We should actually take this as a lesson. But you guys don't want to see it that way. But anyways, that's enough of me. I hope this really helps a lot of you women. And, don't take it as a bad thing. Like I've always said, any bad, bring it as a positive. See what we can do as women to bring our men back to us. But hey, I understand that a lot of these men want to go out and seek women from other countries. That's fine. To me, it does not offend me. It doesn't bother me. Maybe because I've lived in other countries and I know the difference. And that's our fault. That's all I could say. Women, we have to take responsibility for our actions. And this is a lot of our doing. We have a lot of situations. I'm not only saying about black women, Hispanic women, white women have this issue too. Me being here so long, how many times have those white girls not come up with, oh, this guy raped me, this, all this BS, and it's not true. Men get tired too. The other woman, another woman laying with another man coming out pregnant and then putting it on somebody else. There's a lot of things that these men have gone through that we just have to realize that they're tired of. And that's why they leave, and that's why they're leaving. So, ladies, sorry, but I have to be honest with you, it's our fault. All right, well, I'm wrapping up. Thank you for listening to Dora's Daily. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Make sure you share it. Bye, guys.